Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day, or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244. I'm going to listen to it online.
Attention contractors, is your metal roofing provider slowing you down? Apex Metal Express fills orders within a week. 40-year finish warranty, 17 different colors, and multiple truss styles. Work more and wait less.
Let me set up the use of message. It's supposed to have your face on there. Yeah, but it ain't on the thing.
So leave this one first.
The head? No, you put them on this week. That's comments or some other comment.
I'm gonna have to ask you how to pronounce some of these names.
I think it's wrong. Okay. I did Christian.
Lakiviante Pugh. Lakiviante. Yeah.
Lakiviante.
Says live in 2. It's counting down right there.
Do I now? Well, we got to put this picture in the bottom left, or can you do that?
You can.
It would go to bottom left. Right.
Yes.
Okay. What's going on here?
It did not add.
Did not add.
I thought you were in there a minute ago, Chris.
I was. I'm sitting out here on this job site. I started everything and running first like that for all front of the first.
Now you're correct. We got more players out this week than we had last week.
Not even close. Still losing them this morning.
Well, Coach, welcome to the second week of the 2021 season. We just thought last year was a challenge. Give us kind of an update on where we're at tonight as far as players that are out. We had several I know that were out last week. Still a big win, 40-8 over Carroll here at home, but a different story this week as we travel north of Phoenix City. 38-36 last year. The Tigers came out on top here in Eufaula, but tough one tonight on the road at Central.
Yeah, they're not going to forget about last year. I know they've been preaching it pretty hard. Kids, it's one of these things where it's a revolving door right now for us. I check around other schools, and the ones that we play, nobody's going through this except us. But it's a revolving door. Each day you have to reline up your special teams, see what you got, add to it, take away, whatever. Usually it's add because stuff's been taken away. But the kids, did a great job last week of coming out, putting it together. Our thing was, hey, we're losing some, we got some folks out. Hey, we're going to try to win by a point. And, we were able to jump on them early, and, they put a punt snap on the ground too. And we were able to steamroll that, get the momentum going. And that was a huge help. And, but the kids played hard, under an adverse situation. And the thing, I have to keep in mind is the fact that, they look around and they see person after person leaving. And, they're teenagers. Oh boy, we're in trouble. But they showed up for the showdown, showed up for practice this week. We've worked very hard. It was nice and hot. nice and hot this week. But we've worked hard to get prepared with the kids that we do have. And, the coaches have a great game plan. We're going to go out and execute, to the best of our God-given ability. The thing is what I've tried to instill in them is the fact that, this is football adversity, and everybody from y'all's high school coaches on, tell you, hey, football's like life. In a lot of ways it is. Some ways it's not. Some ways it is. And, one of the ways is, in having adverse things happen, when stuff don't go your way, when you flat out just, you don't have the upper hand. And at that time it's, what are you going to do? And, at this point, we're still, lost another starter a while ago and we're not even school an hour. So it is what it is. We've got enough to play. We're going to make one more shuffle. And when they get down here after school and we're going to go play. Because, my thing and what I've tried to instill in the kids is that we have the opportunity to have the best football, high school football team since I've been here this year. We lost tons of great players last year, but before those great players were there was another great player there. And the same thing's true about this. The next great player is here, and they've got to rise to the top. And, with this, we've had to ask some guys to go in and be starters that if everyone was here, they wouldn't be the starter. Those guys, quite a few of them now, have a whole game of experience, a whole varsity game experience where they were successful. They made blocks. They won. When we get the whole group back together, and it may not, obviously not going to be this week, may not be next week, may not be the next week. But the goal is, and it's the same goal from the start, is win enough games to get in the playoffs. And you only got to be at your best. If you can make it there, you only have to be at your best week 11. And I've preached week 11 since I've been in Alabama. Week 11, everything's about week 11. This is no different. This is a growing experience against the best high school football team. And this is year 31 that I've ever seen. They're the biggest, the fastest, the strongest. And there's some pieces of the puzzle they have. And this is nothing, I'm not told our kids, they know it. I never lie to them about how somebody is. That's it. And what we're going to do is take some of our guys that would not be normal starters, and might not be the normal even backup. And we're going to take them out there and we're going to have some iron sharpen some iron tonight. And we're going to get better, and we're going to be better for it down the stretch when it really matters. Because when we get them back together, when we finally can get through, all this and things can plane out, we can get the kids back together. We can get them all through protocol and all this stuff and make sure it's right. We're going to have the best team since I've been here. And it's not going to be one that scores 42 points and 41 like all these guys we've had in the last few years. It may be one that wins by a point each game. One of them more 70s, 80s Bear Bryant scores, but our defense will be superior, and we'll have more depth than we've ever had because we've been forced to play kids who, again, in the ebb and flow are not the guy yet. Just yesterday we lost both of our wide receivers. One of them had surgery this morning. The other one's, out, well, the third guy over there is now the first guy over there. And that guy right there is, by gosh, going to make us a better football team. 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week. And we just got to win enough to get to week 11. And if Lord willing, we do that, and that's what we're going to do, then we're going to have, again, more depth, more quality depth, more game experience depth than probably here in the last bunch of years. And battle hardened. There's something to say about riding I used to say this in junior college all the time. There's something to say about riding the bus and getting a bag, and eating it and being part of it. There's something to be said about game experience. There's something to be more said about that. And we're going to have a lot more of that. So, we got a challenge tonight. There'll be a buzzsaw. Again, this ain't nothing our kids know. We're showing up to Showdown to see who will bring it. You know what I'm saying? Who will bring it? Because, again, you never know. Bear Bryant said it best. You never know how a horse will pull till you hook him to a heavy load. and the load's going to be heavy, and but we're going to hook them to it, and we're going to find out who's what, and we may see something tonight that we've never seen out of some of these guys. That, at practice, it gets lost in the shuffle when, maybe you're not up there first or whatever. It gets lost in the shuffle, and that some of these kids got it in them. They just hadn't had an opportunity yet. So it's been a revolving door, a musical chair, and it's nobody's fault. Ain't nothing these kids could do. And I admire them for showing up. I admire them for their attitudes. We show up for breakfast this morning at 7, and there they all there, dressed like they're supposed to, ready to go.
Coach, you talked about being an uphill battle. This morning, they sent me the roster for Central, and I thought my printer was tore up. It was printing too many times. 172 numbered players. There's a whole page of kids. I don't know if they're helpers or what. And this is sophomore through seniors. I don't know that we have 172 males between sophomore and seniors in Eufaula High School.
We'd be close. We'd be close. I think, I think because, again, I've had to change the roster. I changed again a while ago. I think because we got a couple freshmen we're going to let dress because they practiced really hard this week just to reward them. And I think it's 44 is what we're going to dress, 44. Yeah. And and we'll have a few more kids out there, but they won't be dressed because they came back this week. We had 5 come back this week. And 3 of those, here's the thing. It's real unclear on what protocol is when a kid, you got a kid in quarantine, they come right back and rock and roll. There's nothing wrong. They have no symptoms. There's nothing wrong. Then you get a kid who's out, who tests positive, but's asymptomatic. There's nothing wrong with them, but they had a positive test. They felt fine. Never had a fever. That's part of it. Well, you handle that a certain way. Then you got the one who test positive, had symptoms, you handle them a different way. And the whole thing at the end of the day is trying to slowly bring them back over a 4 or 5 day period, of starting light, with this 10, 15 minutes with a helmet, of just doing some drills, and then we're going to do some jogging. Then you're done for the day. You're watching and staying with your group. And the next day, add 10, 15 more minutes to, number one, check their lungs, which a lot of the kids are what they're getting, the ones around here. It's not lung issue. It's throat, sinus, headache, stomach, maybe. It's more of that kind of stuff. But to make sure if you see any issues, and we have an awesome trainer, Carla Eichert, from Encore, who's with us all the time, and to monitor them for their safety, and not try to bring somebody back, too fast. And I've beat the drum on that, hey, we're going to follow this, and this is what we're going to do, and it is what it is. But at the end of the day, if we can get kids back, and again, I've talked too much on it because like in here, we don't really discuss it beyond, because that's what I tell them. They're not here. We love them. We know I'm texting with them, 2 or 3 a while ago. They're not here. Hey, let's don't discuss it. You're here and you're about to play. Get ready. That type of thing. But like I say, we've got a golden opportunity to doggone get better and see some stuff. And that's the thing. It's tough on them. They look around and you go out to practice and there's 18 helmets still in there, for 10 through 12. They see that, it's a mindset, and you have got to self-talk to yourself that, hey, what am I doing? What's my goal? Where have I come from? Where at right now? I'm ready for this task. And make it more centered on just you as an individual battle. And, but it's going to be exciting. There's just some stuff I can't, this will be Brody's first game, get to play. Can't wait to see what he does. It'll be Leonard's first game, gets to play. This will be Javius Allen's first game. He gets to play. So I'm interested to see what them guys are getting there and do, and a lot of them been, we always want to play defense. We'll play defense, blah, blah, blah. And one night we're going to give you an opportunity, so there you go. Show me I was wrong, please do. And so we got a little bit of that going on. And, but anyway, it's it's football. It's Friday night. It's 7:00.
Well, Coach, last week you alluded to defense and the defense having an opportunity to be really good by the end of the year. I saw some good things last week on the defense, particularly the pass defense. Was great in the back end. Pass defense.
And we've shuffled a little bit for this week, just out of we didn't have a choice. But the deal is, man, we can get them all together. I'm telling you, and we can stay healthy. Beyond this, because this will pass. This will pass. But if we can stay healthy, physically healthy, man, defense wins championships. I mean, it does. And y'all know this. Y'all sat through a zillion football games and played. It wins championships. And with that being said, you've always got a chance when you can hold people to low scores, even when you're offensive, maybe, you're not on that night yet. You've not got there. You've got a chance. And when we get it together, it's going to be good. It's going to be real, real good. So time and pressure.
Well, you talked about you lost another starter this morning. I mean, I don't want to know anything specifically.
I wouldn't be able to tell you.
But I mean, is it in situations like that where it happens, like, could it be a positive test, contact tracing?
It could be a lot of things. It could be a lot of things. And it's just, it is what it is, man. It's just around here right now.
Right.
It's around here, and you can preach all you want and clean hands and mask up, and it's just around here. And it just is. But again, it will pass. It will go on, and it'll people tighten the belt a little more, clean hands a little more, spray a little more, mask a little more, and it'll pass. It'll pass. And just thank God nobody's had any issues. I mean, that's the thing. I mean,
that is the important thing.
Yeah, that's all it matters.
Had any really
no,
serious situation. Any players back this week that didn't play last week?
Yeah. We got a couple players back. Yeah. Brody's one. He'll be on the O-line at right guard. He started spring game at right guard. Brody is a 215-pound bowling ball of butcher blades. And that joker will get after you. He will get after you. So he'll be back tonight. Leonard will be back tonight. Leonard is a guy who we had at center, but this will be his first night back. So we're gonna adjust him over to defense. It looks like tonight. And let's see, we'll have Javius Allen back. Javius was fighting for the starting spot at right tackle, and and he then had to go home for a while, and he's in fine health. There's nothing wrong with him, and so he'll be back tonight. We're probably, because we were already set with the other guys to kind of go into the week, we've been able to hold that together. We're probably going to play him on defense some. And I pointed this out yesterday morning. We practiced him and one or two other people. Javius has come the furthest, him and one other kid that we got in our program right now, of just as far as any kid can come, to come out at the end of his sophomore year. And then we went into the COVID thing, and school was out. He came to me. He was a manager for girls basketball his 9th, 10th grade year. He's like, Coach, I want to come out and play football. And I'm like, he's a big kid. I'm like, it's going to be hot out there, man. It's going to be really hard. You think about that? I've thought about it. I want to do this. Then we have the whole, out of school, next thing you know. So summer comes, that joke starts showing up and just keeps showing up and keeps showing up and starts trimming up and getting better. And he's the nicest guy in the world, I feel, but got a little mean streak in him out there. He's just very competitive. And then, we, go through last year, he's a backup guy, junior. Now as a senior, he's pushing, that starting spot over there. And then, misfortune happened, but, again, he's fine. He's not had anything. He's good. And, but he'll be back tonight. And just to keep that continuity, because we've not had a lot of it on the O-line, we're going to leave it in place. And again, work him some at nose guard. And, we just got to get him to stay low. He's a big body. But again, he's a kid who's worked hard, been out there banging in the trenches. He'll be fine. Better stay low. They're going to roll him up on out of there. And that will be so when you're hearing the whole time as we're trying to rotate some guys into play nose, get low, lower your pad level, lower your pad. That's exactly what it is. And I think that's the battle cry at every level of football. Lower your pad level on defense. And but he's come so gosh dang far, so far. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. And he's not the only one. There's other kids too, but in particular, I pointed him out yesterday morning, and to his face in front of everybody. Hey man, let's be honest with you. I don't know if you're gonna be able to do this. And look at you now. Look at you now.
We appreciate all these updates on the Brown Heating and Air Condition Coaches Show, and you being able to give a lot of these. Last week was kind of special. We had an 8th grader kick an extra point.
Yeah.
My understanding, and 47, and I forget his name, but did a good job of putting the ball in the same spot every time.
Yeah.
But I understand that we had some kickers out. I don't know if they'll be back or anything.
They're back, but they won't dress tonight. But they are back. They're fine. They're healthy. They're doing great. They're ready to rock. They'll be in there next week. Solace will be kicking. He'll be doing all the kicking tonight. Except the punts. Anderson will do the punts tonight, which look really well. That was the biggest area of concern that we had when we started football. Our snaps were off and this was off. We just couldn't get blocked up right. And man, it looked awesome. And again, remember, I'm not putting down anybody when I say this. Coach Black walks up to me in the game after, our first snap punt play was beautiful. He's like, hey man, that was good. And cause he's got punt and we talked about, we're worried about it. We're worried about getting this done right. And after their second ball, they snapped on the ground. He walked up to me and goes, seems like we were the wrong one to be worried about the punt game, weren't we? And I'm like, yeah, I think we were. And, but Dakota Ingram, as he comes back in, he'll be ready to do that. And, Brando was our kicker last year. He'll slide back into extra points. And field goals. We'll have Solace do it tonight. He's number 47. And I'll have y'all a corrected roster And, because again, there's one or two people like Callaway, and this isn't a trade secret. Anybody don't tell people that because they'll know. But Callaway sometimes 93. He caught it. What it was a 2-point conversion the other night. Yeah, 93. Well, 90 will be 58, and which burns those guys up. They know they lost all chances of going out for a pass at that point.
I am so glad that you told us that. We didn't know who he was last week, and we had a viewer.
Well, we switched it right before the game. And, hey, look, here's where we are. Because, again, we shuffled out. And I hate to beat a dead horse. And I'm not being negative because the Lord's in control of everything. Okay. But we shuffled out, 2 people at pregame that all of a sudden they're not going to. All right, you got to go to. We line back up and we start doing walkthroughs again. You're going to tight end in this set. You're going to this. You're putting on 93. You're doing this. That's what we've been doing here. The coaches have done a tremendous job, and the kids have done a tremendous job of being resilient to, okay, let's go, type thing.
Well, Coach, I would think special teams would be a big challenge with that, all the changing out, because, just Doug played, I played. Special teams, you call for the punt team, you call for whatever team, and these guys that hadn't been there, if they're not completely
that's it. And we had one mess up this morning. And like I told them, I said, guys, this is your one opportunity where I can't scream and yell at you, because you weren't on it 5 minutes ago. It ain't like we've been working it for 3 weeks and you didn't show up, that's as yelling and screaming. What are you thinking? Get your head out your butt over there. Let's go. Where now it's, all right, you go and get in there. Go. Yeah, line up, go. And that's what we told them this morning is, hey, look, keep your helmet buttoned up because somebody don't go out on something. I may grab you and go in. A few of them old linemen like, we want to go in on kickoff. I'm like, oh, get back over there, man. Trust me, we're not grabbing you and wall it down there. And but hey, it's football. It's a challenge. And the thing is, our kids gonna show up for the showdown. They're gonna show up now. And they're gonna try to blast us. That's all they want is get you followed back for last year.
Yeah, they're set up pretty good. They had a great week last week.
Man.
Of course, Nick's back at quarterback, and then they're all sharp. That's one thing you won't have to worry about, Coach. At least you won't reach over and grab a duplicate number. I noticed on the roster this morning, 172. There was 3 or 4 6s and 3 or 4 3s, and you'd have to kind of watch that, but it's just
won't be a problem.
And you were talking earlier about being ready for the end of the season. Reminded me, 1980, I graduated 81, played 80. We graduated 17 seniors that year, 17 starters. We graduated more seniors, but 17 starters. 81, they won the state championship.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. the pieces of the puzzle are there. With anything, you have to have buy-in. Because first when you lose a lot of players, it's like, well, we're not good. We lost so-and-so. We're not, we lost. You get a lot of that. I mean, these are kids. You get a lot of that. But then as they see people start coming to the forefront, you start to get the buy-in. And that's the thing. I think as we progress with the playing time that we'll have, I think we will develop more and more, which they're bought in. Heck, they wouldn't be out here this week. You know what I'm saying? I mean, they wouldn't. It's adverse. They wouldn't. But with that, to win a state championship, and I've told the kids this before, and this is from experience. You've got to do this right here, and I can't explain it. I don't know how to explain it, but you've got to be able, as a group of young men, do that right there. And I can't coach it to you. And I tell them that's the way I put it. When you do it, it happened. It's there. When you get to that, it's there. There's something about it where you're just so thick and you know what he's doing and you know what he's doing. And I can jump in right here because I know what that guy's got and I got, and I'm the guard, but I know what everybody does. You're going to be here. You got that. You got that. You got that. Oh, that guy's just, cramped up. He's out. I bumped the tackle. And there's something. They know stuff there. They know each other. There's something about it. There's something different about it. And that's what you're looking for. And the pieces of the puzzle are here. Not to be the flashiest maybe team, you know what I'm saying, in 6A. But to be able, when we put it all together, to maybe be the best team in 6A,
Well, Coach, real quick, talk about Jay Lewis. I mean, he went over 100 yards last week.
He's a load.
He is a load. It's his third year in the off. I mean, he played a good bit as a sophomore, a lot last year. He's the man this year.
Yeah, he's a load. And as we get more continuity up front with just, players, and because those guys on the line have to work together a lot, that'll get better and better. And as people start to all key in on him, as they all start to key in on him, then what's going to happen is it's going to open up passing game. As people load the box, more in the box, you want to throw. It's simple math. You go with or not with the football.
Heck of a week to lose two receivers, huh?
Yeah. And but like I say, that next guy will be up, and he's been doing some really good things. That's why as soon as I call Coach, call Jarrell. And like, hey, look, so-and-so's going to have surgery in the morning, blah, blah. And he's like, so-and-so's ready, Coach. He's had a great week, man. He's getting better every day. We're good. And I'm like, all right, okay. And so the thing is it's one of those things where, like I say, it's the pieces are there. I mean, and he's a workhorse. He's had a great attitude. He's matured. None of these kids that's grown up and understands the importance of his academics now. And he's a very smart kid. And he's a worker, man. He's full speed out there. Full speed.
Well, as we get ready to wind it up here, we all just saw somebody peek around the corner. I hope that's not some more bad news coming our way today.
Maybe it's a bonus. Who knows?
I actually just got a text while we were doing the show a few minutes ago, and I'm going to let you listen to it when we get off. This may be something you want, but everybody be sure to tune in tonight. We'll probably do it in the pregame show. If not, we'll do it at the halftime show. We just got a message Coach Mock sent to everybody. So we'll be playing that tonight. Be sure to tune in for that.
Awesome.
Well, Coach, good luck. I mean, David beat Goliath with one smooth stone.
All it took was one.
That's right.
All it took was one. Well, I'm going to go down here to the Lake Eufaula a little bit, try to find me a couple smooth stones. And if I'm over there swinging something, a towel, there's a rock in it. No, I'm kidding. I'm going to try to slay somebody over there. Hey, look, this is high school football. This is what it's all about. I mean, look. We've been the dang underdog since we got in 6A.
Right.
We were underdog last year.
I mean, we're always the underdog. We are 5A playing 6A. We're the underdog 2 years. Now they move 7 people up with small 6A, for 2 years. We're always the underdog. It is what it is.
Real quick on that, I got to ask the other day, the count is usually the Monday after Labor Day, correct?
Yes. I mean, it's kind of confusing. Because sometimes you ask and they'll say, different people get confused. They'll say that and they'll say October 1. Usually it's the federal count's usually October 1. So that's kind of what, they'll go off of.
And then usually around Christmas, first of the year, we'll find out
About a week before to right the week after.
for next year.
And, our numbers are down, in a positive way, not a negative way, especially when you're a football coach. And, we're down a few. Oh, great. And, so that's the thing. I mean, we'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Well, Coach, we look forward to seeing the ball game tonight, and hopefully we're back here talking after a good showing tonight.
Bingo. There you go.
We hope all these young guys have a great week, stay healthy, and we look forward to following the Tigers this year as we move through the season. And appreciate you taking your time to share with everyone this morning.
Thank you so much.
Yes, sir. Go Tigers.
Go Tigers.
Carrier asks, what does comfort mean to you? Is it a cool lake breeze on a hot summer day or by a warm fire on a cold night? Make every room in the house as inviting as the next. Also, make the air fresh and clean for everyone and keep humidity where it belongs. At Carrier, comfort means more than just the temperature. Contact Brown Heating and Air Condition, 714 South Eufaula Avenue, 334-687-5244.